everyone. My name is Chloe and welcome to the start of my HEA-athon reading vlog. So today is Monday, June 1st, and I am just so excited to be doing this readathon. I am not sure how this is going to go. This week could be a little crazy. We're still in Baby Watch 2020. No baby yet. So hopefully she comes this week, but we may have just a flawless reading week. So we'll see. This morning I started The Mountain Between Us by Charles Martin, and so far I'm like halfway through and I am really enjoying it. This is about two people who are stuck in an airport because of bad weather coming, and so the guy gets this charter plane to take them to, I think, Denver, but it doesn't really matter where. And so the guy and this girl that he met there, they're just friends. He's married and she's on her way actually to her wedding. So they decide to share this charter plane, and the pilot has a heart attack and they get stranded in the mountains. Both have severe injuries. Because it was a charter plane, it was a small enough plane that he doesn't have to submit flight plans, and he flies really low, etc., etc. So there's really no record of the flight, so nobody knows they're missing. So they are just trying to survive, and this one counts for the trope that I don't typically read a lot of. Like, survivalist things are just, it's not really not my thing. It's just I don't read that much of it. And so this one is very interesting. It's going back and forth between the present time, and it's narrated by the it's told by the male. And in the present time, when they're stranded on the mountain, he is talking to the reader, like he'll say you and don't you think, and that kind of stuff. And then it also jumps back to the past, and we learn about how he met his wife and their story. He was a college athlete, a runner. His dad was pretty abusive and his mom was not there, and so he met this girl who was also a runner, and it's their story, and he's talking to her as if he's like writing to her. So he says, like, do you remember when we did this? And so far I'm really liking it, and I hope to finish it during nap time today. It reads super fast. I also have it on audio so I can listen to it or physically read it, and so that will help it go even quicker. I picked this one as my first read because I knew it would be quick, and I just kind of need like something to really kickstart me and get me in the mood and get going. So I'm really glad I picked this one. And so then as far as regular life goes, it is going to be in the 90s and like upper 90s this week. So I'm really hoping that baby will be like, okay, mom, I need some personal space. I'm coming out so I can get cool, because it is hot. So this morning, my daughter and I went out and played before it got too hot, and it was kind of a traumatic situation. She wanted to take a walk because there's these people in our neighborhood, like a few streets over, that have a wind chime, and they have like an owl on their, like a wooden owl on their porch. They have this train thing, like they've got all this stuff on their porch. And so she likes to go say hi to it every day. And it's a good, probably quarter mile from our house, and then we loop around. And so it's maybe 2/3 of a mile, and she walks it all, and she does really good. And so we decided to go do that. Well, it turned into a pretty dramatic walk because there were sprinklers on the sidewalk, like when you walk on the sidewalk, they were spraying the sidewalk, which would not be a big deal if we walked fast and just got through them. But she decided to stop and look at something, and so then she got pelted with the sprinkler. And we were far enough away, like we weren't super close, but she is just so dramatic, I guess, for lack of a better word, that she started screaming and everything got like, so then I had to go in and get her, so then we were both wet, and it was just hilarious. It actually felt great, and it's water, so we need to just chill out. But I don't know if you guys watched the vlog a while ago. I got her a like sprinkler thing that you run through, and she hated it. And so I don't know what her deal is. But so that was traumatic. And so we kept walking, and we had to take the baby, the stroller, and a purse that was full of magnetiles. So we had this full load going. And then she's like, oh no, baby's wet. Oh no, purse is wet. And it was just drama. So then we're walking and we're going around or whatever. Well, we live at a relatively high spot in our town, and it's where the like sirens go out, like the tornado sirens. We have the first Monday of every month is like drill day, and so they do the sirens just to make sure they're working and all of that. So of course we are like right under the siren, and it goes off, and it was my own not thinking, because I think it happens around the same time, like mid-morning on the first Monday of every month. I should have thought about it, but I just didn't even think about it. So then the sirens start going off. She starts freaking out. So then I am going, like, I'm carrying, first of all, I don't know how much weight I've gained, but I'm carrying this big old belly and a 30-pound child or whatever she weighs, and the stroller and the purse. And I'm like booking it a quarter mile home or whatever it is at that point. So we got home and she was happy to go inside for a minute. And then as soon as the siren stopped, she wanted to go back out. And so I had gotten her a, like the little cupcake toppers. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but like if you have like a kid's birthday party, they have the things that like, they're plastic and they can almost be like rings, and you stick them into the cupcakes and they're different characters or whatever. Well, they had Despicable Me ones for like 75 cents at our grocery store one day. And it's like a whole gallon-sized bag of them. So then I was like, okay, let's take these outside and we'll sort them, because she loves matching and sorting and that kind of stuff. And that was a way to encourage her to stay in our driveway and not venture out, because I did not want to have to carry her back again. And so we started doing that, and then the wind picked up and it's so windy. So then we went back inside, and it was just a dramatic morning. So now we're doing grocery pickup. We're at our local Kroger, and they alerted me that like half of my stuff is not in stock. And I don't know why. I don't think it's COVID stuff. I think they're just out of stock. And so we're also going to run over to Walmart and get what we couldn't get here at Walmart through grocery pickup. And then go home and continue to sort Despicable Me things. I don't know what they even, cupcake toppers, and hope for a less dramatic afternoon and a day full of reading. So far today, no contractions, nothing to indicate that baby's going to come today. So I don't think today's the day, and that's fine. Tomorrow is one of my great friends' birthdays, as well as my nephew's birthday. So if she comes tomorrow, there will be a lot of birthday buddies. But this week, like I said, it's going to be super hot, so it'd be nice to have her come. But my sister's husband, my sister is the one that's going to be taking care of Ainsley when we're in the hospital, and her husband has to work this week, and so she doesn't have childcare for her own kids, but they're old enough to stay alone. Long story short, this week could be less than ideal. So if she hangs in there till Friday, that's okay with me, but I am also ready for her to come as soon as possible. So I will check in later and let you know what I'm thinking of the mountain between us, and we'll talk then. Hey everyone, it's about 7:15, and I finished The Mountain Between Us by Charles Martin during nap time today, and it was so good. I'm giving it 4 stars. Like I said, this one is about a couple of people who meet in an airport. They're just strangers, and they become kind of friends. They just start chatting, and so the guy named Ben, finds this other guy that is going to charter a plane for them to get to Denver. So he invites the girl to come with him, and then the pilot has a heart attack. So then they're stuck. Both have pretty serious injuries. The pilot has died, and they have the pilot's dog, and I just loved that dog. Like, that dog was a companion to them the whole time, and it was just such a nice addition. But I loved seeing Ben and Ashley, their relationship. It was very friendly, but very caring. Like, it was just very wholesome, very sweet, very caring. He was an Eagle Scout, and my husband was an Eagle Scout, and like, I swear, those guys just know everything about like survivalist, and like, I have always thought he would be awesome at Survivor, because he just knows how to do everything. And so this guy thankfully had a lot of know-how, but still they're stuck in the mountains with like nothing. And so like, she's got a broken leg, he's got broken ribs, and they are in the middle of nowhere, and nobody has any idea that they were even on a plane, let alone that it crashed. So he is an orthopedic surgeon, and so thankfully he knew a lot about like how to help her. She had a broken leg, so how to reset it, and he like made it so she was completely sedentary and could heal. And so he like took the brunt of everything, and we hear it all from his perspective. And the whole time I thought he was talking to us in the present time, but he's not. He's talking on a recorder to his wife. And so the whole time he's talking on a recorder, and we hear his memories of her and like how they met and stuff. And then also like he's doing this recording for her for like present day, what's going on while they're stranded. And so that was really interesting. And the whole time there's like a lot of mystery about them, because Ashley is going to her wedding rehearsal. Like, that's why she was in such a rush to get home. he's in a rush to get home because he's got some surgeries and stuff. And we hear that he and his wife are separated. And so it's just interesting hearing how their relationship developed and everything that went on there. And it was just, this book was so good. There was a lot about their injuries, and then a lot about like hunting and things they had to do to survive that were very cringy and like very, like just made you very uncomfortable and a little nauseous. And it was a part of the story that I think it was done tastefully. It was done in the way that it needed to be. And it really set the tone of the story. And so I very much enjoyed this book. I gave it 4 stars and would highly recommend. So that's book 1 down. That's the prompt of a trope I don't read a whole lot about because I don't read a lot of survivalist stories. And now I'm going to pick up Love and Luck by Jenna Welch. This is the sequel companion, I guess, to Love and Gelato. And this one I think is about a girl and her brother who go to Ireland. So I'm really excited. This one will count for the prompt of set in a different country than where you are. And I'm in the United States. This is in Ireland. So awesome. So tonight I am having one of those like hit by a truck nights where I just feel like I cannot function. And so my sweet husband is outside swinging with my daughter. We ate dinner a little bit ago, and now I am just going to sit and read Love and Gelato or Love and Luck until it's time for bed, and then go to bed and hopefully pass out. So maybe tomorrow will be baby day, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Hey everyone, it is about 5 o'clock on whatever day today is, Tuesday, and I just finished Love and Luck by Jenna Welch, and I really liked it. I gave it 4 stars. This one, somebody warned me before I started it that this is a major sibling relationship, not a romance. And so I think going into it with that expectation really helped, and they were right. It's about a girl named Addie, and she goes with her 3 brothers and her mom to Ireland for her aunt's wedding. And the plan is that the mom and 2 of the brothers are going to stay in Ireland, and then Addie and Ian, one of her other brothers, are going to go to Italy to see Lena, the girl from the first book. So they plan to do that, and then Ian kind of ditches that plan, and so Addie gets kind of stuck in with him. They get stuck in Ireland. Lena ends up coming over. It's just really fun, set in Ireland, and they have this friend named Rowan, and they are pretty much just doing all these stops around Ireland from this book called Ireland for the Heartbroken or something. And so there's all these stops with like things you're supposed to do to heal a broken heart. So they're doing all these stops. Addie has a heartbreak over this guy named Cubby, and you're not really sure like what happened until the very end. And then Ian, the brother, has his own kind of secrets going on and different passions than he really lets on. And then Rowan also is going through some heartbreak. And so we learn about all 3 characters, and at the very beginning, the mom says, if you 2 continue to fight, or if either of you break the rules, you both have to quit the sports you play. And Ian is a big football star. Addie loves soccer, and so their sports mean a lot to them. And so they're both like trying to keep it together for the sake of their sports. And so we see like they, I think, are like 2 years apart, and so they are like the best friends, but also the biggest enemies. And I think that is just so like relatable and true to siblings. And the way they had like unconditional love and had each other's back in the end was so like touching, especially as I'm about to have my second girl. The girls will be just 2 years apart. And so seeing that, I'm like, gosh, I really want that for them. And so I loved seeing the sibling relationship. There is a little bit of a romance, but I don't feel like the book missed anything by not having a romance. I really liked the focus on the sibling relationship, and I liked getting to see Lena a little bit more. And overall, I just really enjoyed the journey. Again, this one is very atmospheric with Ireland, and at one point they go to the Blarney Stone, which is somewhere that I have been, and it's a stone, it's a castle, and then there's a specific stone. You lean back and you're hanging upside down. I'll see if I can insert a picture of me doing it, but you lean back and you kiss this stone. And especially in the days of coronavirus, I'm like, ew, that is so gross, so germy, so nasty. Like, people do that. And even at the time, like, the Rowan, the Irish guy, he's like, just so you know, like, locals screw with that. There's so many germs, and I think they make like a herpes joke and stuff. And I mean, all these people, like, it's a huge tourist attraction, and all these people are kissing the stone. And when I did it, I didn't have even two thoughts about it. And now I'm like, that is gross. I would probably never do that again. But I liked seeing some of that I had experienced myself. And overall, just really enjoyed this book. Gave it 4 stars. Glad I read it and can't wait for Love and Olives. So now I'm going to make dinner. Today has been another, like, I got hit by a train day and just no energy day. And so I'm really hoping it's my body being like, okay, I'm at capacity. I can't do this anymore. I'm going to go ahead and give birth. But I don't know. And my doctor has been like forcing us to pick an induction date. And so we finally picked, and then I called to like get it scheduled, and they were like, oh, well, actually the first date is the 17th. So it's scheduled for the 17th if I don't go into labor before, but I cannot imagine that I will be pregnant for another 15 days. That is mind-boggling to me, and I really don't think that'll happen. So fingers crossed that she comes on her own before 15 days from now. My husband and I were talking about how, like, when you run a marathon, the last half mile is so long, and it's like this pregnancy. I have been pregnant for 9.5 months, and we tried for this baby for 7 months. So like, it's been like a 16-month journey, and now these last like 15 days feels like eternity. And so we're just really hoping for baby, and we'll just wait and see, I guess. So now I'm gonna go make dinner, and then I'm going to start Forgetting August. And so just a wrap up of the prompts real quick, I'll put a little bingo board. I have done trope that I don't normally read. That was Mountain Between Us. I don't normally read survivalist stories. Then this one is a book set in a different country than your own. It's set in Ireland. I live in the United States. And then I'm going to do Forgetting August, which has a name in the title. So I'm kind of working around, haven't got a full bingo yet, but we will hopefully get there soon. And I will check in tomorrow and let you know my thoughts on Forgetting August. Hey everyone, it is Wednesday at about 10:45, and I am waiting outside. I'm about to go have a prenatal massage, and I am so excited. I got, like last year, 2019, right? No, 2018 Christmas, the place that I get massages was having a buy one, get one free. So my mom and my husband both did it. So I got 4 gift cards for massages, and I still have 2 left. Like, I don't know how I have slept on those, but I am so excited because right now a massage sounds perfect, and I have been having lots of contractions this morning. So I'm hoping that this massage will be the thing that like pushes me into actual labor, but we'll see. So last night I started and finished Forgetting August by J.L. Berg, and I like really enjoyed the reading experience. It had some flaws, and it had some like cringy moments, and the main female character was very like wishy-washy, but I thought it was kind of realistic. It's about a girl who, her name is Everly, and she has been in a relationship with this guy named August forever, and then something happens, he's in an accident, and he is in a coma. So now it's 2 years later, and he had gotten very abusive and controlling of her, and so she is like constantly thinking she sees him places, and she knows that can't be because he's in a coma, but she's just very fearful of him coming like back into the world. And then so she's engaged to a different guy, and then one day she gets the call that her worst fear has come true. He is awake, but he has amnesia and has no idea who he was or like anything about their relationship, nothing. But there's a picture of her in his possessions that the hospital gave him, and then she also is like his emergency contact. So she's the one contacted, and she's the one that goes to the hospital to like get him when he needs to come home. So they start like contact again, and he starts going to therapy, and his therapist suggests that it may be good closure for both of them if like she helps him recover some memories. So they start spending time together and going through like big moments in their relationship and stuff, and I thought it was really interesting. Like, I just was trying to put myself in her shoes of like, this relationship never ended. He just went in a coma and now she's with this other guy. And so she's reliving like the good parts of their relationship. And it was just very weird. It was very like, I'm a second chance romance fan so much. I think if you've watched any of my videos, you would know I love a second chance romance. But this one, like, it was a love triangle, obviously, between August and her fiance, and I didn't know who I wanted her to end up with. And like, because August, he was this terrible guy. Obviously, he was very abusive, very manipulative, just this terrible guy, but now he doesn't remember that at all, and he's supposedly this good guy. And I am very skeptical of like a total character shift like that, but also a 2-year coma can do some crazy things to you, I would imagine. So I don't know. And like, we would get glimpses of things that I was like, run girl, but I didn't know. And so the book was just very intriguing, very fast paced. And then it ends with a cliffhanger, in which August remembers everything that happened. And so he kind of confronts Everly like with the memories he does have. And then you have to remember, or you have to read the second book. And I want to pick that up so bad right now, but I can't because it's not part of my HEA-athon TBR. So I'm going to have to wait, but I gave that 4 stars. Really enjoyed it. There are some cringy moments. The main character is a little wishy-washy about what she wants to do, but I thought it was very understandable. Overall, very good book. So that is what I've been reading. And then I started Puddin' this morning, and by Julie Murphy, and this one is so far so good. It's about it's two perspectives about a girl that is friends with Willa Dean from the first one. She's a plus size girl. Her mom has made her go to fat camp every summer. This summer she's not doing it. She's very body positive, very just like embraces herself for who she is, and she works in her uncle's gym, and her uncle's gym has sponsored the dance team forever. And however, they were funded by a big corporation and now they're not, so they are hurting for money, so they pull their dance support. So then the other perspective is one of the dance co-captains or whatever, Miss Popular, kind of mean girl, yada yada. And so then something happens and the two girls have to kind of become friends. And so I'm really enjoying it, and I think I'm going to put in one of my wireless earphones and listen to it on audio while I'm getting this massage. I don't know if that's weird or not, but I asked some of my friends and they said go for it, so I think I'm going to do it, and I will update later. Hey everyone, it's about 5:30 on Wednesday and we are outside and it's like 90 degrees and so hot. So I'm gonna make this super quick. I finished Puddin' by Julie Murphy and I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I liked it so much more than Dumplin'. Like I said, it's about 2 girls. One is the dance team, like kind of mean girl, popular girl. Then the other one is, both were participants in the pageant in the first book, but the other one is another plus size girl who just isn't Miss Popular, and she is very body positive, whatever. The two become friends, and then things happen. Their friendship kind of breaks up, but it's a whole bunch about the true meaning of friendship. There's a lot of diversity in this book. There's an asexual character, a lesbian character, some straight characters. There is a Mexican character, there's an Indian character, there's a black character. Like, there's just a lot of diversity, and I mean, I cannot speak to any of those groups, but it was nice to see them at least represented in this book. And overall, I gave it 4 stars. Really enjoyed the experience and glad I read it. So I will pop up a bingo board, but I have made my first bingo. I've read 4 books and I'm feeling really good about that. So tonight I'm going to start one of my thrillers. I'm not sure which one, but I had 3 on my TBR, I think, for this readathon, and I haven't read any because I've been going in the order of like when they're due back to the library and how many people are waiting, and there were more people waiting for these other books. So now I am going to read probably either Still Mine by Amy Stewart or Jar of Hearts by Jennifer Hillier. I'm not sure which. But right now, we are going to go inside, eat some dinner, and then I will sit down and read. This is going to be the end of part 1. So stay tuned for the next vlog to see what I pick up and how the end of the vlog goes for me. We're still having no baby, but today has been so many contractions that she has got to be on her way. I don't know, tomorrow morning I have a doctor's appointment, so yeah, again, stay tuned. We'll see how that goes. And thank you for watching. If you have read any of these books that I have read, let me know. And if you're participating in the HEA-athon, let me know how it's going for you. And we'll talk to you later. Bye.